There's one structure at Rome without which Rome would never have developed into what it became. It's not the Circus Maximus, it's not the Pantheon, it's certainly not the Colosseum. It's the cloaca maxima, Rome's great sewer. And here's why. The story of the cloaca maxima goes way, way back. We're talking 7th, 6th centuries BC, that sort of thing. In fact, it's one of Rome's oldest surviving structures. And it also commented on a big problem that Rome had when it was developing, well, basically Rome. You see, the Forum, or the area which became the Forum, sat at around 6 meters above sea level. Now, the Tiber could flood seasonally up to around 8 or 9 meters above sea level. So straight away, you've got a problem there. You can't deal with anything, or you can't put anything in place, you can't build or use that land that then became the Forum until you deal with the issue of flooding. So what Rome did was quite ingenious and involved hard work. It increased the level of the land there by 3 meters. It raised it up by 3 meters. And that's estimated to have taken 20,000 cubic meters of material to have done so. So it's quite a bit of work. But they still had problems with flooding, and they still had problems with drainage there. Apparently there was a stream already in that area. And so what they did was they put in a channel, and this channel helped drain that area and move any subsequent surface water away from that newly leveled up land. This was the cloaca maxima. Now, obviously, what we see today is largely the redevelopment and improvement of the cloaca maxima, but the original sort of structure still stands. It's thought to have been around 3 meters wide. It was a double channel, apparently separated by a wall. There is debate as to whether it was covered by the regal period. Some people suggest that it wasn't covered and it was like an open channel up till around the 2nd century BC. Others say no, it actually was covered. Again, that's a separate debate. But it was incredibly important to Rome, and the way it functioned as a sewer might be, well, it might not align with what you think a sewer does. And that's because its main function was to remove away all of that surface water. And that was it. Yes, there were some connections apparently with some of the baths there, which may have meant that it took away other materials. But as a general rule, if you were in a private house, your toilet would not have connected with this sewer, which again might strike you as odd. But Rome and Romans generally didn't have that as an option. They dealt with their waste in other ways, which is quite creative. And if you want to hear about that, I could do a video on that. But in any case, the point is, if you do not have the cloaca maxima, you do not have the Roman Forum. Rome cannot develop that part of the land that it has there. Without a Roman Forum, what sort of Rome do you have, if you can have a Rome? So that's a question you need to ask yourself. So always think, give props to the cloaca maxima. And if you like this kind of stuff, you know what to do.